Hey, it's Faye. I wrote this letter 2 days ago and I really want you to hear it. You've done the best you can. Have some forgiveness and be kind to yourself. Let go of anything that no longer serves you. Let go of anything that no longer helps you love or accept yourself. You've done so much self-reflection without fail. You should be so proud of yourself. Be patient. Good things that are yours will come to you. And so it is. Today's video is in partnership with Noom. Thank you for reminding me to take care of myself. If you don't know, Noom is a health program created by behavioral psychologists that can help you make good habits so you can eat healthier, lose weight, and more. They definitely teach you the why behind your habits so you can change your mindset. The most comforting part for me and anyone who's like me, there's no extreme diet or off-limit foods. They provide daily lessons and learning tools to teach you about nutrition, progress tracking, and the best practices for lifelong results. If you guys have been watching throughout this year, you guys know that I've been using Noom and they've definitely helped me heighten and strengthen my knowledge on taking care of myself, especially since I've been going through this intuitive internal cleanse. Not only have I been rediscovering self-love and worth, I've taken it upon myself to really externally sweep up my health. I love that I can visually see my progress on a weight loss graph. It eases my mind to see the shifts in effort to lose weight. As usual, you guys can already imagine all the recipes I saved on Noom to cook up to keep my calorie deficit in effect. There's so much I love and it has always helped me. Take a health survey to customize your program. You literally need 5 to 10 minutes a day on the app to see results. Click the link down below to take Noom's free health evaluation. I sat for a long time trying to figure out how I wanted to execute my thoughts into this video. So I opened up my journal and here I am relaying my thinking. It's been a while since I've done a heart-to-heart, so I figured, why not today? You guys know that life happens, and I am very honest with my feelings. I think feelings should not be suppressed. You are allowed to feel how you feel, and you should never be ashamed of that. And it's weird because I feel like it's not only me that has been going through this like weird shift, because a lot of people have been DMing me like, I've been going through things, I feel so alone, like I don't feel myself, and I'm kind of like, oh my gosh. So I encourage you to just relax. Let's just get really intuitive and extrasensory and just talk about feelings. If you don't like gushy videos like this is your cue. I have not been sleeping in my room for about 2 weeks now because being in this room makes me sad. And sometimes I find myself in this room grieving the love I thought I lost. But instead, why can't I feel relief in exchange? That perhaps I should be celebrating the release of this anxiety that built up that grief, you know? Have you heard of this quote? Sometimes people leave not because they couldn't handle our wounds, it was because they couldn't deal with our weapons. I started reflecting on who I truly am, and I realized that I'm this self-sabotaging person. I compromise my needs to make others happy. I am a catastrophic thinker and overthinker. I'm so afraid of being left behind, abandoned. Like I fear being alone and feeling lonely. It's so hard for me to not contradict those feelings. I still can't really pinpoint why I am the way I am, so I kind of just like dump it onto my anxious attachment style. I mean, sure, that makes sense. That's all I could really give as an answer right now anyway, so better than nothing. Over these past 2 weeks, I've noticed that I make myself way too available for people. Actually, I noticed this in the beginning of May. I'm so quick to drop everything mid-air to run around for others. And for the longest time, I thought that this was just me showing my best quality, me being there for someone and just being a reliable and dependable person for others when they need me, you know? But then I really started to think, and where was I for myself? Why was I not available for me? Why did I place my needs last? I wasn't sure for a while until I realized how unworthy I came to be of me. And it feels so crappy saying that aloud. And I know that to some people it's like not a big deal, but when you finally hit that point in your life and you start not trusting yourself anymore, these questions hurt. This judgment on yourself really, really hurts. I have been definitely abandoning myself, and I admit that. At first I was in denial, but I admit it. For so many years now, I walked with an egoic mind claiming that I knew what self-worth was. Oh, I know my worth. I'm an independent woman. I don't rely on anyone. I take care of myself. I don't need any financial support. I got my shiz together. I don't need help, and if I do, I'm well off. I could figure it out. self-worth. I'm using bronzer on my eyelids, by the way, from the Wavy palette. My whole life, self-worth was this materialistic item that can be obtained just like that. That's what I thought. I soon found myself running out of battery. I mean, I would recharge myself, but easily I was demoralizing my values, my time, my boundaries. It felt like I was just disengaging from my own world for outsiders. But I didn't understand what that meant. I just thought maybe I'm just needy. But with that needy mindset, I realized I was constantly revolving my mood around people. I was letting people define how I should feel that day. Now I'm realizing how much I lost myself. Me as a person, I was not my own person anymore. And sure, it sounds super low to admit that, but that's just the truth. I'm human, and it's hard for me too, you know? I was reinforcing this low self-worth to others by teaching them how okay it was to abandon me because I was showing how okay it is to do so. And this has always been something reoccurring in my life from various people, not just like one specific person. But I always thought that was because I was just a people pleaser. I rather people feel comfortable and me feel uncomfortable because I want to avoid confrontation. I'm not good with it. I was showing people how easy it is to just put me last. And Linda's, let me woo. I didn't just learn this all by myself today. I too had to learn this through good times and bad times, heartache, by researching and reading and writing. Trust me, I didn't just wake up one day and started counting on my fingers how lowly I was of myself. It took going through experiences, being at my highs and my lows. This has been truly the beginning of me seeing how I actually treat myself. Sometimes you need to just take a break and take a step away from everyone and everything and look at yourself from a third-party perspective. When you're so caught up in your world and you're so intertwined with everyone, it's hard to kind of see you for who you are. And I'm saying this from a place of reflection. Self-worth is not this price tag we tag on ourselves, our backs, so people will know how worthy we are. It's not this tag that says fragile, be careful, she's delicate, don't hurt her, if you pick me up you might break me. It's not this tag to showcase how delicate and fragile you are. It's not so materialistic. Like honestly, where do you even begin to heal from this? Well, that's what I've been trying to figure out. I think it really comes down to making peace. You have to make peace with yourself, and all of you. Show yourself that you can show up for you. Give yourself a chance to really explain why you hurt the you who has always been on your team. You know what I realized? It's the fact that you do not deserve to be unsure of you and your intentions in life. You are equipped to be enough for your needs. Be sure of that. Dismissive thoughts that sit on your shoulder like to whisper all these uncertainties into your headspace. Mute it out. Try to quiet it down. You know, really tune into your purposeful thoughts. Try to think from a place of reason with self-empathy, from a divine place, to let it reason out how and why these anxious thoughts are just there to make you feel weak and fragile. It's just chatter in your ear. Don't believe it. You know what I learned? I learned that residual thoughts from the ego will try to tell and convince you that you're just this weak person, this person who just can't handle anything. And it does this to feed itself, to feed the egoic mind, so you can have your guards up even higher. And you do this, of course, to protect yourself, but you let this get into your mind where it lets you reason out how you can hurt people. Hurt people, hurt people. Another thing that I wanted to bookmark because I came to this observation, people who have a really big ego when it comes to defending themselves, defending from a place of hurt. I mix up feeling entitled with my feelings versus validating my feelings. Me feeling entitled gives me all the right to be a hurtful person because this egoic mind of mine is telling me, no, defend yourself. No, don't let people walk on you. It's such a different path from validating my feelings. And that validation is a hope that people can hear you and are willing to understand you. She really a therapist today. You are so much more. Although you are responsible to stand up for yourself against your own mind, you're also responsible for your actions. You guys, I am speaking from my heart, okay? Making peace with yourself, healing, it takes a lot of practice. Do you give yourself enough love and worth? Take care of yourself, but stop measuring growth, the need to always be doing something towards progress and growth and improvement. Just give yourself a break, you know? Do things that you love that make you lose track of time. Eat really good and healthy food. Go on walks. Bake a cake for someone. I really want to decorate a cake. Listen to a scandalous podcast. I don't know. Challenge yourself and lift some weights. Just do whatever you can to take care of yourself. And by the time you know it, you've taken so many steps towards the you in bliss. And you don't have to measure that length. I just wanted to share that part of my journal to you guys. That's what I've been writing on the more casual side, because this was supposed to be more like a life update, although I went on and on about this whole self-worth thing. I do hope that this conversation helped some of you guys, because you're not alone. If you watch my vlogs, you would know that I bought my first home. Really excited to do an empty house tour, which I will, because I literally get the keys this Friday. Finally getting the keys. We're finally closing. House buying is such a process, but I'm really grateful because honestly, it's been kind of easy for me. I don't know if that's because I really prepared myself in the beginning. I did so much research and I went like head on, or is it just that I got super lucky? I'm gonna make a vlog answering questions and just talking about that process, and moving vlogs and showing more house buying stuff on my vlog channel. So if you like that kind of thing, then make sure to go over there because a lot of that's coming soon. It's gonna be hectic. I'm not gonna lie, I felt very guilty like 2 weeks ago for not wanting my house anymore. I know that's like kind of like what, but because I'm still going through this weird funk, I just felt like I wasn't ready to leave this apartment, this area, and I started feeling guilty for leaving. I'm sure if you follow on my Instagram, you might be a little sus of me, but do not fret. When the time is right and I figure things out, I'll share what's been going on, but even I don't have answers for myself. But this idea of leaving this area feels weird. I kind of imprinted on the grounds here. And as I depart and as I'm slowly gathering my life up, it's super sentimental and it stings. It just hurts. Okay, that's all for the makeup. I call this my burnt look makeup. I look very like sunburned. I'm trying to be more positive about this move. I am getting there. I'm getting that exciting feeling again. It's just sometimes I feel like I'm on the losing team and I'm losing all the memories I built here. This place will always feel like home to me, but it's time for me to start a new beginning somewhere else. I am excited. I'm very grateful and happy with where my life is at. I'm exactly where I need to be. And trust that wherever you are in life, you're exactly where you need to be. So don't ever doubt that. I'm still working on a positive mindset. But did you know our brain produces 50,000 thoughts a day and only 10,000 thoughts are positive? Because positive thoughts take way more effort to produce. And if you really think about it, it's kind of true because our minds are defaulted to be negative. And we have this negative default because of shame. Society shames us. If we're not pretty enough, we feel ashamed. And so we want to become more pretty. If we aren't good at a sport, we feel ashamed. So we have to practice more. If we're not making enough money, we feel ashamed. So we try to make more money. So our mind is built on shame and negativity by default. Just thought I'd share. Anyway, I'm done rambling. I hope that this video brought some type of insight for yourself, for your own good. Break it down, think aloud, talk it through. You can let me know how you're doing. So yeah, feel free to leave your comments down below and let me know how you're doing. What have you been coping and going through? And if things are getting better or even if they're getting worse. I'm gonna be chatting in the comments as soon as you finish this video, so let's chat down below. I hope you guys are excited for the empty house tour coming up. My little humble home. Until next time, I'm sending love. Bye.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't